Hi, my name is Courtney, and I am on the customer support team here at ThunderTix. And today we are going to talk about creating an event that uses a hybrid seating chart. So you're going to have general admission and reserved seating, and you're going to create an event for each of those. So we'll go ahead and take a look. To start with, we are going to do our general admission event. So we're going to go to Events and then Event Manager, and we're going to create a new event. In our Event Basics tab, we're going to add our name. So let's say we're going to do Into the Woods. This is going to be general admission, and we're going to set, for now, we're going to set the capacity to, let's say, 50 for that portion. We're going to have this be this weekend, and let's just say it's going to be at 8 p.m. Now for ticket types here, we're going to first start with just general admission, and we're going to say this is going to be $25. We can come back and add in all of the other event details, but we'll leave that blank for now. We do need to add in our address and venue. Oops. And then we'll go ahead and click Finish. Now that we have our general admission event, we're going to create our reserved seating event. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go back to our event manager. And you'll see that we've got Into the Woods here, and then it's general admission, which is perfect. Now we're going to create an event. This time it's going to be the same exact name. So we're going to put in Into the Woods, but instead we're going to choose a seating chart, and we are going to choose, in this case, the base size test chart. You'll notice that that went away because this takes care of it. We're going to choose the same date and time. So it's going to be the 4th at 8 p.m. Apply. Now here we're going to have a few different ticket types. The ticket types for reserved seat can be done by section. So we have a lot of flexibility with this, and we can come back and edit them at a later time. But to begin with, we're going to say, let's say we have an adult ticket for $50. We're going to add another ticket, a child, for $30. And we're going to say we have a senior ticket for $40. Over here, we're going to keep these as all for now. We have different options, so we can put them into different sections if applicable. For now, we'll keep them as is. And again, we're going to keep the event details blank for now, but we can always go back in and add them. So add in theater and finish. And this will complete the reserved seating event. So we're going to have the general admission and reserved seating. So now we'll see that we have link general admission section. So we can go ahead and connect them. We can do it here, or we can do it at a different time. But here you'll see we've got reserved seating, section B, and section C, which is general admission. The general admission one is one to point out because it's going to be in our hybrid seating chart. So first we're going to go back so we can take a look and see the events together, the two versions of the event. Into the Woods, and we've got general admission, base size test chart. So one of them is general admission, one of them is reserved seating. One thing we want to do too is we're going to want to go here for the general admission event. We're going to click on the access, and we're going to change this to semi-private. You'll notice that we have the saved button up here. The important thing to note for that is that when we combine the events, you're only going to have one that displays on the public side as opposed to two. So that's why it's important to have that be semi-private as opposed to public. Now we'll go back in and we'll notice that we've got general admission is semi-private, and the seating chart, reserved seating version, is public, which is perfect. So now we'll go in here. We're going to take a look at our reserved seating one, and we're going to connect this with our general admission. So if we go here, section, let's go to our general admission. It is going to say, we found an event that matches this date and time. Would you like to use it? And we're going to say, yes, that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. Boom. Yes. Submit. It was successfully connected, which is exactly what we want. just to look, we can take a peek at our reserve seating, and we can also look at our section B, which is another section in the chart. You'll note also that if you don't want these to be available for each of the sections, you can move them. We can delete if we don't want, let's say the child ticket type is not available in the section B or reserve seating, we can always remove it. So we have flexibility there as well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look. We've got the reserved seating portions of this seating chart and the event it is connected with. So we've got these, which is reserved seating, section B, reserve seating, and then we also have the general admission section, which is exactly what we're wanting. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at this from the public view so that you can see how it looks. So you'll notice we only have one Into the Woods event, but we have it, which is perfect. We're going to go ahead and click Buy Tickets. We now have the option to go through and we can either choose a reserved seating seat or a general admission seat. So if we go through reserved seating option, let's say we're going to sit here and we're going to grab 2 tickets. We could go through and we'll be able to do the checkout process just as we normally would. Now, if we want to choose general admission, we can click here and it'll take us to the general admission. And you can choose our seats and then we can continue as well. Note that this is the ticket type that we put in when we first started, the general admission ticket type, and that is what is connected to the general admission portion of our seating chart. So hopefully this helps to clarify how this all works. Essentially, you're going to have your 2 different versions of the event. The general admission version is going to be semi-private. The reserve seating version is going to be public. And we're going to connect the 2, which will automatically happen when you go in and go to your reserved seating version of the event and click on the ticket types. We've already done it, so it won't happen again, but it will happen anytime that you begin. If we go into tickets and prices, we'll see that we have all of our appropriate options available. We've got the reserved seating, we've got section B, which we just looked at, and then we've got section C, which is our general admission. And we see here it's already associated with a general admission event, which is exactly what we want, Into the Woods. Hopefully this is helpful. Please feel free to reach out if you ever have any other questions. And thank you for watching.